بسم الله والحمد لله وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه ومن والاه. Inshallah, in this chapter we will cover an important idea, which is the balance in Islam. As Allah Azza wa Jal said in the Quran, in Surah Al-Hijr, He said, وَالْأَرْضَ مددناها وألقينا فيها رواسي وأنبتنا فيها من كل شيء موزون. That Allah Azza wa Jal create the earth and He put the rawasi, which is the mountains, and He make the nabat, which is the plants. Everything's on it is mawzoon. Mawzoon means balanced. And that means all the creation of Allah Azza wa Jal is balanced. Is balanced. And Allah Azza wa Jal said in another ayah, وَإِن مِّن شَيْءٍ إِلَّا عِندَنَا خَزَائِنُهُ وَمَا نُنَزِّلُهُ إِلَّا بِقَدْرٍ مَعْلُومٍ. Even when Allah Azza wa Jal sent the rain, He sent it by just part. Because if He sent it too much, gonna destroy the whole earth. He sent it partially, and it's really, and we see right now when Allah Azza wa Jal sent more more rain, what's gonna happen, floods and all those stuff. It's everything's, every drop in the earth, every animals, everything's on the earth is balanced by Allah Azza wa Jal. So if Allah Azza wa Jal balance the earth and balance the plants and balance everything, the moons and the sun and everything in this universe, then Allah Azza wa Jal for sure He will balance the shara, because it's part of the creation. Allah Azza wa Jal will not balance the sun and the moons and everything, and He will leave the shara unbalanced for the human being, or He will leave the human being unbalanced. So He sent the shara and the anbiya and the prophets to give the balance that works with this system. As Allah Azza wa Jal said in the Quran, إِنَّا كُلَّ شَيْءٍ خَلَقْنَاهُ بِقَدَرٍ. That everything we create, every system, everything, it has balance. It has balance and it has wisdom and has goals. And from this we will understand a lot of things. I'll give you examples just to make the idea a little bit wide. That the Islams with the ahkam, that's why most Western people from the West, they don't understand the Islam very well, because they never apply it, they never feel it they never know how it works, because their systems, it's separation, separate all the system separately. The politics is separate, the society is separate. It's not linked together. While in Islam, everything is linked. You cannot even separate, and you cannot change. And this is the things that most Western people, they don't understand, how we cannot think, how we are like we are a human being, and we cannot think, because the Islam give you the system that works for all kind. Like in Islam, you will see many ahkam. Hijab, cover, the woman cover. You will see zakah, you pay zakah. You will see politics, siyasa shar'iyya. You will see uh, cut hand for somebody is stealing. You think when you think you think this is, it's not related things. Everything has to be separated. Like this is justice, this is politics, this is so and so. While it's in the Islam, it's balanced, it's all together. If you change the hijab in the Islam, the other system and all the politics system, it doesn't work. If you change cutting hand for with another rules, it will not work. And this is very, very, very intelligent point, that you cannot see the Islam's how it works, because this is Allah Azza wa Jal. One of this hukum is depend on psychology. When you do hardship things like this, you will never see this crime again. Like you might give 10 year sentences in the jails, and you will find thousands of people, they will do it again and again, because they know after 10 years they're gonna get out. But if you said, I'm gonna cut one hand, psychology as psychology, you will you will make those people scared. Everybody, oh, I'm gonna lose my hand. Oh, no way. It's something different. So, but what's happening, if you leave those 100 people in the jails or 1,000 people in the jails, those people, they will do crimes with cutting legs and hands for the other people multiple times than cutting one hand. So in Islamic, all the Islamic Khilafah and period of times, we cut like a few, two, three, four, five. You can count. While if you wanna use the jail terms, you're gonna have 100,000 people over there. And it's just kind of psychology. It's not because Allah Azza wa Jalla wanna be severe with the human being. Allah Azza wa Jalla, He give the hands for the human being. Why He wanna take it? It looks like, oh, strange. But if you leave it, you're gonna cut hundreds of hands of honest people. And that's why it's the ahkam and the rules in Islam, you don't look at it from one angle. All the Islam, the hijab, Allah Azza wa Jal make it not because He wants the woman to look bad, or the man to controls the woman's, or all those stuff. No, 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 no. It's, if you think about it, there is hundred things doesn't work in the Islamic system unless you apply this. And I don't want to go in deep in every things. What's the wisdom? I we have hundreds of things we can say just for the hijab. Like the hijab, I'll give you just a few, because if you want to count, it's too much. The hijab, the hijab for the Muslims. What's the hijab do? If I want to expose the woman for every man, like nowadays, woman is exposed in the internet, exposed everywhere, and everybody he can see the best looking woman in the world in 1 second. What gonna happen? He gonna compare. Oh, how my wife looks comparing with this? How long? And this put pressure on the woman to do the best all the time, to do the best, make up the best, and so this is stress. This is stress for the man and for the woman. For the man, is stress because he's looking at thousand of things around him, and the stress for the woman because she has to compete with all those peoples and all those beauties and all those magazines and all. It's it's too much work and too much stress for the human being, and that's why the Islam he trying to reduce. Allah Azza wa Jal knows the balance, reducing those stuff, so it will works. It will works. This is one thing only. Don't think this is only the wisdom for hijab. There is hundred of things around the hijab. So even the hijab, it works with the system of the other stuff. So if you stop hijab, it doesn't work with the mawaris, it doesn't work with the other ahkam. And there is link between those things. But people and ulama, they don't explain for the Western people and people in the West, and people they think, oh, the only thing they have, the Western people, they have to think about the Christian, how they apply their deeds, and they pressure the people and they take the Christianity as, just take advantage of the people. Those press, they take the money of the people, they take, and they compare it to Islam, or they compare it actually to any deens, and that's why people, they are away from any religion. But Islam is completely different in this case. If we go a little bit further step, that even the Islam, he there is balance from the top all the way to down. Like even Khalifa in Islam, or any responsible people in Islam, or the wealthy people in Islam, they have share. So when like the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, all the Khulafa, or the other people, they are in the highest position in the government, but at the same time they act and their life exactly like normal person. Because if if they don't do so, they lose the right for their home, they lose the right for their kids, and so on. So if you look right now, if somebody is in the high rank, what's happening to him? He most probably his his life and his kids and his is completely different, and they have stress that they never have, the other people have stress. It's not enjoyment, no, it's not enjoyment, it's stress, because of their positions. While in Islam, same, from the Khalifa to all ranks in Islam, they have the same balance inside. And that's why, because of the Islam. And all this kind of balance, it comes from the Tawheed. Because once you know that you are not doing anything by the laws, you don't have any power, you are powerless unless you apply the rules of Allah Azza wa Jal. And you scare from Allah Azza wa Jal that if you violate any of these laws, you're gonna be in problems in this life and in the hereafter. Then it's balance, the society will balance. And this kind of balance, we should be so active to understand it deeply. So Tawheed. If you have Tawheed, you don't make shirk. You don't make. You're right. That's Allah Azza wa Jal. He is the one He making the law, and you have to obey His law only. And this is completely different. While you feel, or the people feel, oh, no, 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 we have the power. We have the power. We are the power. This is the completely something else. Once you think you are over slave of Allah, the degrees of slave of Allah Azza wa Jal, you are far away, and you're gonna get problems and problems and problems all the times. And I explained it in uh, in some other chapters, so I don't want to just repeat the same idea. And there is another balance, which is like the balance when the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he's in the Medina. Create People, they create start problems when they see, okay, those people from Medina, and those people from Ansar, and the other people Muhajirin, which is come from immigrant from Mecca, and they start fighting as not as a Muslim, but as tribes. And it's well known that's how this accident happened. And then the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ right away stopped it. He wanna put the balance back. He told them, this is from Jahiliyyah. That if you said, I am Syrian, I am Pakistani, I am Indian, I am Indonesian, this is Jahiliyyah. You are Muslim. You are Muslims, all of you. And you are slave of Allah Azza wa Jal. then you have to stop this fighting between each other. And this is balance, because it makes all the Muslims balance. They from inside from inside they have to change, because the economy for the Muslims it's gonna be balanced. You have to make zakah. You have to have the sources from each country. If you have oil in one country, you have in the other country, in Indonesia or Pakistan, you have oil in Saudi Arabia, in Libya, in other place. You have power of population, high population in Indonesia and Pakistan. This is balance for the Muslims, because you using this as a human source, you using this as economy, you using materials from the other person. You have to balance the economy for the whole Muslims, and you cannot balance the region without understanding this kind of balance. That's why we said it's out of your mind if you think there is no, that the Muslims they will unify with any other things. The Western people, they think so. This is Islam. Why they are you have unification? Look at over here in the Western, like every time you go to the mosque in Canada over here, you will go and you stand where? In Salah. And in Salah you will see next to you Pakistani, next to you Malaysian, next to you all of them in one row, and the Imam whoever from any other country. And this is what the unification of Muslims. How Allah Azza wa Jal gathered them and balanced them one time. And this is secret that Allah Azza wa Jal said in the Quran, وَلَوْ أَنفَقْتَ مَا فِي الْأَرْضِ جَمِيعًا مَا أَلَّفْتَ بَيْنَ قُلُوبِهِمْ. If you spend the whole wealth in the world, you are not going to gather their hearts. But Allah Azza wa Jal gathered them. And that's why you feel in Hajj, in everywhere, once you see Muslims, you are comfortable. And this is not like discrimination or not. This is Allah Azza wa Jal put it back in the heart of the Muslims. Because it's not, I'm seeing anybody from Nigeria, from he's Muslims, okay, I'm comfortable. And this is well known with all the Muslims. Why? Because Allah Azza wa Jal put it this way in the balance, that anybody is slave of Allah Azza wa Jal, they will be unified by default. So it's crazy to understand the Islam and understand the power of Islam and understand the politics, understand society, understand psychology without understanding the balance of Islam. If you see even the acts, how the Muslims act when they open new countries. People right now, they want to describe the Muslims, oh, those Islam is extreme, those Muslims are Arhabiyin. They told them Salafis, they called them Ikhwan, they told them any description just to make them looks like, oh, like some animals coming from the forest and they want to destroy everything. While in Islam, it's opposite. When people they enter the countries, the Muslims army, the people they invade them, they don't want them to leave, even from from their own rulers. They don't want their own rulers. They want to stay, the Muslims to stay, even because they see the balance in Islam. They see how the Muslims act. The Muslims, when they invade, they don't invade anybody for to steal. Like when they invade right now, Iraq or Afghanistan or anywhere, they want the oil clearly. They want to put the powers back for their masalih and their benefit. The Muslim, they don't want to invade for this reason. They want to invade to show the people inside this country how the Islam works. And they don't take their wealth, even jizya, that the Western, they scared. This jizya, they get it back because they give them protection with jizya. They give them surface with jizya. They give them all all kind of good deals. Why we call it jizya? It's like taxes. We because the Muslim they pay jizya too as zakah. We call it zakah, but just different name, but same thing. We giving surface for those people, and we give them the hidayah. We do, the army in an Islamic country, they don't fight. Even if we fight the Jew, if we fight anybody, are we looking for them? No, we only looking for them to guide them to the Islam. And once they introduce the Islam, it's fine. They have protection. The Christian and the Jew, they live under control of the Islamic government for long times, and they are happy, and they can make money, and they are so nice. The only thing, some people they don't want to change, even they see the Islam. Sometimes it's because of bad behavior of the Muslims too. But in general, the Muslims, whenever they rules, if they apply really the Islam, I know all the time there are exceptions, and there is people they want to do it for themselves, and they're not applying the real Islam. But if you're talking about the Islam and the Khilafah, the real Khilafah and the real Hadara and the real Islam and the real balance of Allah Azza wa Jal, all it works out inshallah ta'ala. I don't want to make it inshallah too long. It's just an idea, and there is hundred of things we can go deeply and deeply, but because of the short times, we don't want to make it too long. Sallallahu ala Sayyidina Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallim taslima.